To be stressful, not when you work with Tara Limbird and the Limbird Real Estate Group. With over $1 billion in real estate sold, Tara's team knows how to make the process simple, successful, and even enjoyable. They can provide you with a cash offer in 72 hours, or you can use Tara's high-octane marketing and sell your home for thousands over asking. When it's time to buy or sell, trust the team that delivers results. Go to LimbirdTeam.com. LIMBIRD.
Arkansas Fuel Injection in Fort Smith has been providing quality work for all new and rebuilt diesel pumps and injectors for over 25 years. They are a certified diesel shop with a team of quality technicians that ensure the highest quality workmanship and warranties all their work. They're open Monday through Friday 8 to 5 and has emergency service available 24 hours a day. For all your diesel pump, fuel injection, and parts needs, stop by Arkansas Fuel Injection, 6300 South 29th Street, Fort Smith. Call them today at 1-800-817-7709. Arkansas Fuel Injection.
KERX Paris Fort Smith from the Busch Light Studios. ESPN 95.3.
I'm fine. It's just that life is pointless and nothing matters, and I'm always tired. Also, I can't sleep. I'm overeating. None of my old hobbies interest me.
No, nothing makes sense anymore. I hate it, man. It's depressing.
Misery, misery, misery. That's what you've chosen.
I can't live like this.
There really is no hope.
She's gone and she's never coming back.
I'm tired, boss. I'm tired of being on the road, lonely as a sparrow in the rain.
All I want is to be back where things make sense. Where I won't have to be afraid all the time.
Live from the Busch Light Studios. Produced by Colton Little with Ty Richardson.
You clowns.
And Tommy Kraft.
I don't even know who you are anymore.
This is The Morning Rush.
What's the phrase? Absence makes the heart grow fonder. No college football till August the 26th. No NFL football till September. And what do you always say that makes us appreciate and love it more?
Yeah, you got to have a little scarcity along the way.
Well, no football. I guess we have spring football coming up here in March. Spring game's going to be the 25th, apparently, according to Ryan Silverfield. And
you're stretching the word game out there.
Yeah, that is a good point. It really is. I don't know what's deteriorated more, the Pro Bowl in the NFL or spring games in college football. And there's reasons for that. Coaches don't want to lose players. Now, there's no post-spring portal, so they don't have to worry about that as much. Will that help the spring games, Tommy, you think?
Yeah, I think they won't keep guys under wraps as much. So, yeah, I do think the product in the spring will be, you'll get a better sense of what teams are because no one will be hidden because of the portal. Yeah,
all right. 100%. Bruce Stan's back here in studio with us here in the Busch Light Studios, Pradco Fishing. All right, so you have this tradition where you go to Disney World after the Super Bowl. They're in California, so I guess they went to Disneyland. Is it an obligation, or are you required to do so after a Super Bowl win? Because I don't think I would enjoy going there. I think I would rather go anywhere else.
I think there's money that changes hands. That's like
just from going
the tradition, the quarterback or the MVP. I saw Darnold and the running back went, but you were talking about football season being over. Man, it's been over for me for months.
Yeah.
Once the SEC teams were gone and NFL playoffs were just terrible.
I know the Commanders didn't have the season like they did before. It's pretty crazy that they go with Jane Daniels' rookie season to the NFC Championship game, take a little step back. Most sophomores do, sophomore slump. But this, I don't know if you listened to us yesterday. I slept during the game on Sunday. I didn't even watch it. It was no interest to me. Had a snafu with Peacock and just decided not to pay for it because FUBU doesn't have a deal with NBC right now. And as I reflect back a couple days later, like I thought about yesterday, I don't feel like I missed much. I still feel that way here on Tuesday.
Our small group at Eastside Baptist Church took prayer requests for the halftime and third quarter, and I wish it just would have lasted the rest of the game. It was a lot more exciting.
Yeah, it was just kind of a boring Super Bowl. When you think about the Super Bowl, I got some final football headlines before we get into the Charles Bediako stuff and also the Pradco Pyramid of Power. All right, so on average, the Super Bowl better this year. And Tommy didn't place a bet. Did you place a bet on the game of any nature? Okay. No. The average better spends near $50, apparently, according to Axios, on the Super Bowl here in Arkansas on the Bet Saracen app. The money spent in 2024 on bets with the Super Bowl was over $23 billion.
That's crazy.
Isn't that wild? And I know the ratings are going to be out, I think, at 3 o'clock today. I'm going to guess they're going to be massive like they always are. But, Tommy, just the amount of money that's spent on this one game every year. And the commercial was, $8 million, I think, for 30 seconds this year. It continues to rise. It's just so staggering to me.
Well, and when you think about all that and you wrap all that up into the game itself and what it costs to get tickets and a suite, the gambling aspect puts everything else in the shadows. I mean, but that's one of the things that makes this game so intriguing and such a big draw globally. So, and we're getting, because of the digital world, we used to estimate these things. Guys, we're getting to a point where we have a really good idea how much is, because there's not as much what I'd call shady, call your bookie, illegal type gambling. I mean, everything's done where you can actually track it. So I think the numbers and what we thought they were years ago, we're finding out they've always been this big.
Nothing to add to that.
Nothing to add to that.
All right. You guys want to talk?
I'm just saying that the amount of money in and around this game is huge. I mean, and that's the point. And the fact that I think the gambling puts everything else, as big as the numbers are to go to the game, the gambling is even bigger.
The product of the game was a big letdown if they spent $23 billion on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was terrible.
One final thought on this game before we move on to this Bediako stuff. Did you know that Sam Darnold had to pay in for, from a tax standpoint? I heard Boomer Esiason. Did you see that? All right, so you haven't heard this yet. This is Boomer Esiason of the Fan in New York, former Cincinnati quarterback.
Maryland Terrapins.
Yeah, I had not realized this. He is pushing for no games to be played in California moving forward because of this.
For winning the Super Bowl, the winning team, each player gets $178,000. In other words, the Super Bowl isn't a part of their salary. And because the game was played in California, and California has a jock tax, and they look at duty days. So each team spends 7 days in the state of California. So those are 7 duty days, and they pierce your regular salary at 3.5%. So he has to pay, when you take in account he got the $178,000 plus his overall salary, he has to pay the state of California for spending 7 days there $249,000.
That's bogus, but I don't have any sympathy for an NFL quarterback. I mean,
I just heard that yesterday, and I was pretty taken.
They're going to play the Super Bowl in L.A. next year at SoFi. I mean, if you're the Players Association, and they're not going to do this, but I wouldn't want to play another Super Bowl again in the state of California.
I would think the NFLPA knows about this.
Oh, yeah.
It's not come up overnight. They know what's going on.
Yeah, so for
why people are fleeing that.
The only thing that makes me mad is they can't spend that money on fishing lures. So, yeah.
Invested all of that. All right, we've got our Pradco Pyramid of Power coming up. The Charles Bediako saga has taken another turn. As of 5:07 yesterday, he's no longer eligible.
The Alabama Circuit Judge has denied the Tide's Charles Bediako's motion for a preliminary injunction, which ends the former G Leaguer's collegiate eligibility.
Obviously, super disappointed in the whole thing. To be honest with you, I didn't think it ever should have got to court.
It's all just a mess. The product on the floor, as we saw again tonight, Arizona, Kansas. College basketball is awesome this year. It's all the other stuff that's just not great.
I thought kind of a no-brainer with the NCAA, and then I didn't think it would be that big of an issue.
This is the opening drive.
So I'm happy about this because Arkansas goes there a week from tomorrow, and they've got a much better chance to beat them in Tuscaloosa with him not eligible as of last night. Plays for a little bit. I'm guessing the games that they won, which they weren't exponentially better with him. He added a lot to that team. But I want to say they either went 3-2 or 2-2 with him on the floor.
3-2.
One of them was the A&M game, and I think he scored 5 in a game they won by 3.
Tennessee beat him.
Yeah, and I was going to say you saw it firsthand.
You know, Nate Oates makes Will Wade look like a choir boy. I mean, he makes Will Wade look likable. Is there a more or less likable coach in sports than Nate Oates right now?
Where like you think about the distaste factor for SEC basketball fans, and let's just start here in Fayetteville. So Cal's obviously your coach, so he's not out the window. Pearl's calling games or doing the studio stuff for TNT. I think Golden is going to continue to rub people the wrong way when he wins and his antics on the sidelines. But Oates, like, I don't have any hate for Rick Barnes. And Cal likes him, so
how
it's
could
kind
you
of
hate Rick Barnes?
I know that. Well, that's what I'm saying. So it's like Oates is just the only one left.
He's slime bag,
and he continues like incidents like this, the Brandon Miller situation. I mean, there's been various things that have happened with Alabama basketball that keeps him rising up, and the other coaches have either gone by the wayside or become the one here in Fayetteville. So I think it's clear that he's the most disliked coach in the Southeastern Conference, not just by Arkansas fans, but across the league, easily.
Chris Beard might be number 2.
No,
maybe
not even close.
I don't think you can say. I think
Chris Beard's a good coach.
If you would say if he was still in
he's
Texas,
unfortunate.
Nate Oates is a good coach too.
If he was still in Texas, I think that logic makes sense. I don't think you can hate the head, like have the number one most hated coach as the head basketball.
I think in some people's mind, the off the court stuff and the things with his fiance might not be forgotten completely, but he'd be up there in a lot of people's mind, particularly fans in our state, because of where he has coached and where he does coach.
So Alabama, for those that haven't seen this, they put out this statement saying the NCAA has granted eligibility to over 100 different current men's basketball players without prior professional experience in the G League or overseas. And they, again, point to the overseas aspect, which is, I don't know how long that's been a part of college basketball, but there's always been been a differentiation between entering your name in the draft and actually going and moving forward with that process, or just coming over and being a little older. You heard Oates there pushing back on this. And then the flip side is Charlie Baker basically saying, to sum up, this was a win for college athletics yesterday. I don't know what other effects this is going to have on various other cases. I know they're not all 100% the exact same, but I was just the most happy because Arkansas doesn't have to play him next
That's
year.
Alabama math. They've won more national championships than anybody, but they claim like 10 more than they've actually won. We're 100 G League players, really? He's the only one I've heard of.
Yeah, you got the kid for Baylor, and I think there's it was at UCLA.
The European kid?
Yeah, there's a few more, but it's not 100. I don't think
it's not 100.
But you stop and think about if this had stood, if the ruling had went the other way, what does this do to players coming out of high school, and where's their seat at the table? Because now, for at least some period of time, you're going to be choking out their path to college basketball, at least at the highest levels. And that's going to roll downhill because, okay, they end up going to a group of 6 conference, to borrow the football term. Well, a player that would land there, where's he land? So it just forces kids out of the game that are at the right age and where they're intended to be at this point in their career and their life. So,
and that's what
this ruling gets it right from the standpoint of being, better stewards of the game.
And that's what Baker says. He said college sports are for students, not for people who walked away to go pro and now want to hit the undo button. And this is the important part, at the expense of a teenager's dream. So he's on the same side.
Yeah.
Cal's on and various other coaches are on. It's like you're shrinking what would be a chance for a high school kid to go to a much better program. And the transfer portal to a certain degree has done that because you can go get a 21 or 22-year-old grown man or come in with an 18 or 17-year-old freshman. But this would add another layer to that and make it more difficult. So I was happy about the ruling for personal reasons, but I also think, as you alluded to, it's better for the sport of college basketball, and hopefully it'll reflect on some other situations in football and baseball, too.
All right, that's the opening drive. It's brought to you by the Inn at the Mill, 479-443-1800. If you call right now, Jen will be there. She'll answer the phone. You'll know by her glowing personality and the friendliness you can feel through the phone. She'll get you set up for your easy-to-make reservation, and then you'll have an oversized suite. Great room that's right off the interstate at exit 69 there in Johnson. Beautiful place at the Inn at the Mill. Great breakfast to start the day. Fast, free internet as well. you're going to like the Inn at the Mill. And it's close to everything, right in the middle of Northwest Arkansas. 10 minutes from campus, 10, 15 minutes from Bentonville Rogers. And like I said, easy on, easy off access to I-49. 479-443-1800 or online at inatthemill.com.
So number one in the Pradco Pyramid of Power is pretty obvious based on what happened in College Station this weekend. But I am curious to know where Bruce and Tommy have the other teams slotted in the SEC top 6. So let's get into it.
LearnNet.com, LearnNet.com, LearnNet.com. There you go.
Chrome blackback, Chrome blackback.
Who are the best basketball teams in the SEC? Let's find out.
Perhaps I could be of some assistance.
This is the Pradco Pyramid of Power.
What an assumption just to assume we would go with Florida.
I thought we had Bediako up top.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, just kind of just boxing us in here. So
Yeah.
I got Florida at number 1.
There it is. Yeah.
17-6, 8-2, beat A&M in a single game week. 2 of the top 3 rebounders in the SEC are Florida Gators, and they're a hard matchup right now. I got Florida number 1. I'm going to tie. I just don't think it's much of a debate.
It was a beatdown. They beat them by 20.
Yeah.
The good news is we get to watch them host Kentucky on Saturday. So no matter who wins, we're going to be happy because one of them's going to lose.
Yeah, Florida's at Georgia midweek, and then, like I said, Kentucky on the weekend. I put Kentucky at number 2 this week. Beat OU, beat Tennessee, beat Arkansas. Had a hard time I wanted to put Arkansas ahead of them, but couldn't do it. So I got Kentucky number 2.
They've now won, I think, 7 of 8.
Yeah, they're 8-3 in the league. So I got Kentucky, 25th ranked Kentucky, number 2.
I guess Tennessee's double-digit leads, that's not working too good. They were up by 17 and 14 and lost both games by 2 and 3. Hey, you got to give it to Mark Pope. Everybody was calling for his job when they started 0-2 in the SEC, and they're on a roll. But they got an open date this in midweek, and then they go to Florida. We'll see what happens.
All right, Florida 1, Kentucky 2. How about them Hogs? I got the Razorbacks at number 3. Won over an ill-equipped Mississippi State on Saturday. LSU tonight. Auburn on Saturday. I got the Razorbacks at number 3.
So the last time I covered an Arkansas game in Baton Rouge, Todd Day set the Maravich Assembly Center record with 43 points. It was quite the exhibition against Shaquille. I don't know if anybody's going to score 43 tonight, but they'll whoop them pretty good. Arkansas is number 3.
All right, so we agree 1, 2, 3. I went Alabama at 4. They beat A&M. They beat Auburn. They've gotten a win over Vandy as well in the past. So I got Alabama. As much as I want to hold my nose about all the things we talked about a minute ago, they've beaten the teams that you need to consider in the same group. I got Alabama at number 4.
Couldn't do that. I got A&M, even though they stumbled. They're 17-6, 7-3. No shame losing to Florida, but I got A&M number 4.
Yeah, I couldn't do it with A&M losing to Alabama 100-97. So I got A&M at number 5. After losing to Alabama, they play Missouri and Vanderbilt this week, so I got the Aggies at 5. You got Bama at 5?
I got Vanderbilt. I hate Alabama. I got Vanderbilt number 5.
All right.
19-4, 6-4. Man, they did lose to one win Oklahoma.
Yeah.
But they're still 19-4 overall.
All right, and I got Vanderbilt at number 6 after the Oklahoma loss, like you said. They play at Auburn and then A&M at home this week. So Vandy rounds out my Pradco Pyramid of Power.
Well,
Bama make your top 6?
No, because Rocky Top beat Bediako, the illegal player, when we played them. And even though we lost to Kentucky again, 16-7, 6-4, snapped a 4-game winning streak. I got Tennessee number 6.
All right, so Florida, Kentucky, Arkansas, we agree 1, 2, 3. I've got Bama 4, A&M 5, Vanderbilt 6. Your 4, 5, 6 were A&M, Vandy, then Tennessee.
Yeah.
So, Ty, who's right, who's wrong here?
This is tricky. I mean, Alabama barely beat the A&M on the road. I mean, at home, I should say. So that's a tough game. It's really hard for me to put the Crimson Tide below A&M after recent head-to-head. So I would probably keep them at 4 like you have them, Tommy. And Bruce, I got to be honest, I'd put Bama in my 6th slot over, or at least in the top 6 over Tennessee, based on how that loss occurred over the week. I mean, Kentucky, again, I don't want to say they're turning into quite a decent basketball team. We'll find out a little more about them in that game you referenced this Saturday when they go to Gainesville. But that's a team no one wants to play right now, and we saw it firsthand, unfortunately.
Arkansas at LSU in the late game tonight. Vandy at Auburn in the early game. Tomorrow, Florida's at Georgia. Bama's at Ole Miss. Tennessee at Mississippi State. Mizzou at A&M. Kentucky, South Carolina, Texas, and OU all have midweek byes before setting up a full Saturday in the SEC. So, we're getting down to the second half. We're going to be well into the second half after this week, so should be some interesting watching. All right, that's our Pradco Pyramid of Power. Bruce, how's the crappie fishing out there?
Crappie fishing is going to be good this week. Water temperatures are warming up. We had a couple of our pro staffers over at Blue Mountain Lake using a baby shad, and they were using forward-facing sonar, catching isolated fish, but big fish. They caught a couple of limits and posted them on Peyton Ussery's Facebook. But Bobby Garland, baby shad, if you got forward-facing sonar, you can catch some big crappie right now. Something else I'd also think about, Stetson Blaylock from Benton, Arkansas, finished second in the first Bassmaster Elite of the year on Gunnersville using a Yum Money minnow. It's a 5-inch Yum Money minnow. You can buy them at lurenet.com and Tackle Warehouse. But if a grass lake like Dardanelle or Kerr, a lot of people are throwing rattle baits and chatterbaits and things like that. But that Yum Money minnow has been around about 15 years, and people kind of forgot about it. But guy wins $22,000 throwing it for 4 days. Probably something, if you're going to fish Dardanelle or Kerr, something to think about. Yum Money minnow.
All right, you can go to Bass Pro Shops Academy. Let's see, where else? Walmart's got everything.
Walmart.
Your favorite local tackle shop, whatever that might be. Might be Gelco.
It might be Gelco in Fort Smith on Zero Street.
Get down there. You got a full lineup of everything you need. I know Walmart and Mountain Home might have the biggest Walmart selection of Pradco items that you can find.
There's been several years that's been the number one Walmart for Pradco fishing sales in the whole chain out of 4,200 stores.
All right, so you can stop by a lot of places, or LureNet.com's got everything you need, and if you buy, $35, you'll ship it for free?
Free shipping.
All
Free
right,
shipping.
So LureNet.com. So, hey, I think your wife probably wants some Bobby Garland baby shad for Valentine's Day.
Nothing says I love you like a Bobby Garland baby shad, monkey milk, or blue ice.
So there you go. All right, Bruce, great to see you, and let's do it again next Tuesday.
There you go.
Oh, yeah, our Pradco Pyramid of Power. Hey, if you haven't downloaded the Hit That Line Now app, do that now. It's powered by Taco Bell. Whether you're craving something cheesy, saucy, or crunchy, Taco Bell has you covered. The Hit That Line Now app, free and available today. Get it now in the Apple app or Google Play Store.
All right, so a few other headlines we're going to get into. The Super Bowl streaker that apparently won money on himself. Team USA, did you watch that curling match, Tommy?
I did
Beat
not.
Italy, gold, and first ever to the gold medal game, which is kind of cool.
I had to watch Kansas and Arizona last night.
That was a great
That was a
game.
great
and
game.
DP didn't play. They're almost just as good without him
plays.
than with them. Hog update coming up. Isaiah Joe, Anthony Black, Jalen Williams making some waves. We'll share what they did next on the Morning Run.
This is Big O. 40 minutes of hell. You remember me?
Excellent defensive play by Arkansas.
Hey, this is Oliver Miller, former Arkansas Razorback, the Big O. You're listening to the Morning Rush. Oh, Big Suey, baby.
Looking for a fence that stands out and stands strong? Call the Fence Man, 479-782-3936. Serving the Fort Smith area for over 40 years, the Fence Man builds custom, one-of-a-kind fences, residential, commercial, and high security. Need automatic gates? The Fence Man does it. Need financing? You got it. 18-month financing is available. Get your free quote today at thefencemanar.com. Or call 479-782-3936. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work.
All right, you're all set with a coat and scarf. Bundling up?
Yeah, it's freezing out there.
Want to bundle up some wins?
Wins?
It's the $5 bundle from the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery. It's Powerball with Power Play, Lotto, and a free Natural State Jackpot ticket, all for just $5.
Wait. 3 chances for 3 jackpots for $5? Bundle me up.
Ask for the $5 bundle today. Must be 18 or older to play. Call or text 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
Few things in life are more important than showing up. Whether you show up for your family, friends, or teammates, it doesn't hurt to bring a plate of their favorite beef dish. Together, we bring more. Find your next crowd pleaser at beefitswhatsfordinner.com. Brought to you by the Arkansas Beef Council, courtesy of beefitswhatsfordinner.com. Tom Murphy is brought to you by the Arkansas Beef Council. Beef, it's what's for dinner.
This is the Morning Rush.
Hey, it's James Teague with the Teague Law Firm. I'm excited to be back on Halftime with Phil and Matt Fridays at 12:15.
It was so close to being enough last year. It was kind of a storybook finish in the making that ended in tragedy if we're dramatizing it.
Outside of talking baseball, I can help with all family law matters, including divorce, custody, and child support. Teague Law Firm can also help with criminal law, such as traffic offenses, DWIs, and more. The Teague Law Firm. If we can't help you, we'll talk baseball.
Peace, rock 'em out, swinging.
Take your tax refund the extra mile with a road-ready certified pre-owned vehicle at Rath Auto Resources. We've been working around the clock to beef up our inventory, and we're proud to say this is our best, largest selection of road-ready certified pre-owned vehicles ever. With so many to choose from, price to sell, and backed by a comprehensive warranty, there's no reason to settle for less. Come see why your friends and neighbors voted us the River Valley's #1 pre-owned car dealer, and see why all the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath. Rath Auto Resources, 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith.
All white chicken meat breaded in tortilla chips. They're Taco Bell's crispy chicken nuggets. Pretty different than the nuggets you're used to. Haters will say, but that's not the classic nugget. Haters are right. Haters will love them anyways. Oh, and they come with Hidden Valley Ranch, another classic. But we mix it up with Diablo. They can't hate that. I mean, they can, but they won't. Crispy chicken nuggets from Taco Bell. A brand new classic. At participating U.S. Taco Bell locations for a limited time only while supplies last.
Being a father doesn't come with a manual, but you don't have to figure it out alone. Invest Fatherhood is a program of Heart to Heart Pregnancy and Family Care Center, and our Man Up classes bring dads together. This is a network of fathers building stronger families one step at a time, mentally, spiritually, and emotionally. If you're ready to be the dad your kids need, man up, step in, and join the brotherhood. Invest Fatherhood, a Heart to Heart program. Strong fathers change everything. Call Heart to Heart Pregnancy and Family Care Center at 479-452-2260 to sign up today.
Mark your calendars and save big at the Greater River Valley RV Show going on February 12th through the 16th at Crabtree RV Center in Alma. Special show pricing and financing available on all units, new or used. Come and see our large inventory of industry-leading brands such as Grand Design and Forest River. Take advantage of the huge savings at the Greater River Valley RV Show at Crabtree RV Center, February 12th through the 16th. Crabtree RV Center, making your family's dreams come true for over 70 years.
Are you ready to indulge in an unforgettable fine dining experience? Then come join us at Uncorked, where every meal is a masterpiece, crafted with the finest ingredients to tantalize your taste buds. And with our extensive selection of cocktails, wine, craft beer, and bourbons, we've got something for everyone. So why not take a break from the ordinary and join us on Phoenix Avenue next to Sodi's? Come savor the moment with us at Uncorked, where every visit is a celebration.
Harry Robinson Salisol Ford wants to buy or trade for your vehicle today, and they will give you top dollar. Pre-owned car values are at historic all-time highs, and your car today is worth more than it ever will be again. If you are driving a 2013 model or newer with 120,000 miles or less, bring it to Harry Robinson Salisol Ford, and they'll give you more than any other dealer. Even if you don't want to buy a new car, they'll still buy yours. Harry Robinson Salisol Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308 off I-40 in Salisol.
What's the play this Valentine's Day? At ESPN Arkansas, we can lead you to a score. Head to hitthatline.com and register to win a pink sapphire and diamond necklace from Swift's Jewelry. And gift cards from Cupid's Lingerie, Gregory Jewelers, and Joshua's Fine Jewelry. No purchase necessary. You can register once per day, plus earn other entries by following our social media accounts. The winner will be announced on Friday, February 13th during halftime. Hitthatline.com/Valentine's Day. Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Gage Wood, no hits him. Mallet has a wide open man. It's Childs. He's loose. He scores. Silence, please.
Uncle Tommy loves the Razorbacks.
ARKNSAS.
This is your Hog Update on the Morning Rush.
Go home. Never going to see that get called. You do that with your arm, it gets called. Another back to Isaiah Joe.
Tommy, I wish I could watch Isaiah Joe dunk on LeBron James last night, but I don't have Peacock, so I couldn't take it in last night.
Buddy, it's $16. It's six. I can tell you, $16.41.
Do you listen to me when I say anything at all? I've literally
told me,
told
but I
you
don't
you
wanna-
can
I don't
have
wanna
my
leech.
Peacock.
I don't wanna
Think of all the
leech.
things you've given me. Just take my Peacock so you'll stop missing things that we
Okay.
can talk about.
I guess I should save this rant for What's Your Beef Wednesday. But you can, Isaiah can tell his kids that, hey, I dunked on one of the best players of all time, LeBron James. He was not the only Razorback that got a dunk yesterday.
Black running. Black, the thing's spotted. Some black magic. Timeout, Milwaukee.
Anthony Black has become the best Razorback in the National Basketball Association. I was excited to see Bobby Portis now being a part of the three-point contest. But you talk about a guy that just has taken off. Had a year or two where he just had to figure the NBA out. And now I think some Magic fans will tell you that he's the best player on the team.
Yeah, and it's fun to watch. But I mean, back to Isaiah Joe. Like I said, what a story for him and his family. That one of the greatest players of all time. You've got that dunk on. So what a fun story for the Northside graduate and the Razorback graduate.
He hit 4 triples last night. Jalen had a good plus-minus at 11 points. AB had 26. So seeing guys have success in the next level for the Razorbacks. Tonight, LSU, 8 p.m., SEC Network. Important note on this game, got a couple players out of note. DJ Wagner and Carter Knox are listed as doubtful, as they were last Friday night prior to Mississippi State. And then the Thomas kid for LSU had 18 on you last game, is out officially for this game
Well,
tonight.
that helps, but I was a little concerned when Saturday morning I found out the news of Wagner and Knox not being available for the team, and then I heard Chuck talking about it just minutes before the game that it was, they were not going to play. Tonight, that's a little more worrisome. I mean, it was worrisome Saturday, but Arkansas outclassed with 7 players using Sealy. Outclassed them. Billy Richmond got the start. I don't know how they'll handle it tonight if they don't play. I think you need these guys to win. It was a 4-point game at Bud Walton Arena with them, so I don't think it's going. Even with Thomas, it's not going to be an easy deal at Baton Rouge tonight.
No, I wonder with this and you brought up this point earlier. If they were playing like the likes of Florida or A&M or one of the better teams, and I know this game's on the road, and you alluded to the 4-point differential last time, but is it a little different for Carter and DJ? Yeah. I almost like thinking to myself, it's like you give Isaiah 14 minutes in this last game, you give him even more experience for what he might need in the coming games.
Well, this will be the 83rd meeting tonight between Arkansas and LSU. Arkansas has only won in Baton Rouge 13 times. LSU holds the lead 22-13 in games played in Baton Rouge. So this has not been a place where Arkansas has had a ton of success. Home teams have dominated this series, so Arkansas needs to go on the road and do something they historically haven't done a lot, even with great teams.
All right, last thing here in your Hog update. March 15th is going to be the start of spring practice. Tom Murphy had that in his latest report. Tom's not going to be with us today. He's going to be back with us on Thursday. He's got some stuff he's got to take care of. And the red-white game is going to be on the 25th. Mentioned this with you before the show. Is it possible with no spring portal that we actually get back to better spring games?
I think so.
Is that wishful thinking?
No, I think there's no need to hide certain players. There's no need to have injuries that keep people out of your televised spring practice. So, your final one, your spring game, it's really a practice. I think you will see more of the full complement of teams, not just at Arkansas, but other places, because you can't dip into the portal and get those guys.
All right.
If they put their name in there.
That is your Hog update here on a Talk of the Town Tuesday.
Speaking of Talk of the Town, you missed out last week on a little taste of the town as Joe's Grill and Cantina was kind enough to bring us some fajitas, brought us some enchiladas. I tried that spinach, mushroom, and steak enchilada. It was incredible. If you're thinking about what do I do? Where do I go for Valentine's Day? This Friday and Saturday, they've got a special deal, $50 a couple. At Joe's Grill and Cantina. You get queso or guac to share as an appetizer, super salad. They'll have a special spicy chicken verde tortilla soup. Then you can choose the fajitas combo fajita steak and chicken, the spinach and mushroom enchiladas, and you can go grilled chicken or grilled steak on that, or get one of each, actually. Chili lime salmon or the Mexicali, and then share a dessert with the heart-shaped skillet brownie. So 4 entree items. You get to choose 2 of those. Appetizer, super salad, great dessert, $50 a couple. You can't beat that deal. It's at Joe's Grill and Cantina this Friday and Saturday. Don't miss out on the Valentine's Day menu. $50 a couple. Joe's Grill and Cantina, 3400 South 74th Street across from Harp. The food was phenomenal last week when they brought it in.
That brings up an important question. I think I need some help on this. We bring in our buddy David Rath with Rath Mitsubishi. David, there were leftovers in the fridge. There were no labels on them. Does that mean I can get after it? If there's no labels on someone's leftovers, does that mean they're free to eat?
Are we talking about a work fridge or a home fridge?
Work fridge.
I'll tell you what I do. I keep an eye on them for a couple of days. I'll watch them, scope them out. If it's been a couple of days, still ain't nobody claimed them or eating them, I'm going to guess that's fair game.
Right.
I'm not going to swoop in.
Okay, just waiting on that. Well, people need to swoop in and see the Road Ready certified pre-owned inventory that you guys have. I know people are going to start getting their tax returns here. I'm knocking on wood, hoping I get one this year. You got great inventory at both locations, David.
Man, we've been working really hard to beef both lots up with the pre-owned side, and a lot of people. This is the time of year where they look at getting a new car. They get the refund, and that's what they're going to use as a down payment or whatever the case may be. And we just encourage folks to check out what we've got as far as our inventory right now. I mean, you can make that money go a little further when you get a really quality vehicle. A lot of times people will buy something, and if it gives them trouble, that money's just gone. They kind of lost that tax refund. So you can kind of stretch that refund a little further. We got really high quality stuff and backed by warranty. So if you have a little bit of trouble, we've got you covered there too.
That is Rath Auto Resources in Fort Smith and Rath Mitsubishi in Springdale. And you heard him here first. He's going to wait a few days before he eats the leftovers out of the leftover fridge. Our buddy David Rath. David, good stuff, man, and have a good rest of your week. Hopefully you see some tax refunds here soon. Come see you.
Thanks, guys. You have a good one, too.
All right, when we come back, Morning Rush Daily Question. We also got to talk about this Super Bowl streaker at some point. Stay with us here on a Tuesday.
All right, you're all set with a coat and scarf. Bundling up?
Yeah, it's freezing out there.
Want to bundle up some wins?
Wins?
It's the $5 bundle from the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery. It's Powerball with Power Play, Lotto, and a free natural state jackpot ticket, all for just $5.
Wait. 3 chances for 3 jackpots for $5? Bundle me up.
Ask for the $5 bundle today. Must be 18 or older to play. Call or text 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
Few things in life are more important than showing up. Whether you show up for your family, friends, or teammates, it doesn't hurt to bring a plate of their favorite beef dish. Together, we bring more. Find your next crowd pleaser at beefitswhatsfordinner.com. Brought to you by the Arkansas Beef Council, courtesy of beefitswhatsfordinner.com. Tom Murphy is brought to you by the Arkansas Beef Council. Beef, it's what's for dinner.
Winning a national championship's coming. I truly believe that.
This is the Morning Rush.
The Bush Guide, cold and smooth survival skills. For a successful stint in the great outdoors, pack accordingly. Place heavy essentials near your spine for stability in rough terrain, with light items near the bottom. Now, you may be wondering, where does the Bush Light go? In your stomach. Head for the mountains. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2023 Anheuser-Busch Busch Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Contractors, you've got jobs to win and customers to impress. That's why you choose Luxair HVAC systems, built for performance, efficiency, and reliability. And at J&B Supply, we've had your back since 1968. We're a local family-owned distributor that treats our customers like family too, with the products, expertise, and service you need to get the job done right. For over 50 years, HVAC and plumbing pros have trusted J&B Supply in Fort Smith, Springdale, and Bentonville. J&B Supply, where the professionals go.
Precision Garage Door features the finest quality materials, installation, and service for all your garage door needs, including garage door repair and new garage doors and openers. Fully licensed and insured with the largest showroom in Northwest Arkansas at 1907 Town West Drive in Rogers and in Fort Smith at 416 North 10th Street. Call Precision Garage Door today at 844-PDS-DOOR or check them out online at PrecisionDoorNWA.com. Financing is available. Precision Garage Door, voted Best Garage Door Company of Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley.
Mark your calendars and save big at the Greater River Valley RV Show going on February 12th through the 16th at Crabtree RV Center in Alma. Special show pricing and financing available on all units, new or used. Come and see our large inventory of industry-leading brands such as Grand Design and Forest River. Take advantage of the huge savings at the Greater River Valley RV Show at Crabtree RV Center, February 12th through the 16th. Crabtree RV Center, making your family's dreams come true for over 70 years.
Colorworks Paint and Body in Barling offers professional automotive painting, bodywork, and fabrication that is unsurpassed in talent and dedication. Owner Andy Harrod uses the latest in collision repair technology to ensure all damage is addressed, whether it's visible or hidden, and works with all insurance companies. Andy and his crew have the experience and commitment to give you complete trust in the repair of your vehicle, no matter the size of the job. Colorworks is located at 1206 4th Street in Barling, across from Dollar General, and is on Facebook, where you can check out their work.
What's new at the Golf Nut in 2026? A lot. New tailor-made ID4 woods, hybrids, and irons are in stock January 29th. The all-new Ping G440K driver and Ping S259 wedges also arrive January 29th. And coming soon, Callaway Quantum Woods and hybrids February 13th, with irons landing February 27th. Step inside our newly remodeled retail space, check out the simulation bays, and experience our new fitting and lesson bay featuring 3 high-speed cameras filming at 120 frames per second. The Golf Nut, where your best game starts.
Wyatt McIntyre sincerely asks for your vote to be Sebastian County Sheriff. Wyatt is Christian, Republican, and pro-Second Amendment. Wyatt believes in faith, family, and communication to keep people safe. 24 years of law enforcement experience, multiple leadership positions at the Sheriff's Office, currently Police Chief of Mansfield, Arkansas, has lived in Sebastian County over half his life. Early voting begins February 17th until Election Day on March 3rd.
This is Wyatt McIntyre, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Wyatt McIntyre.
When your carpets, upholstery, and floors look dirty and stained, call your local Service Master Clean at 646-4087. Service Master Clean is an industry leader and can remove the toughest stains from your home or office. And they back their work with a satisfaction guarantee. Eliminate dirt and grime from your carpet, hardwood, tile, and laminate floors. Call your local Service Master Clean, 479-646-4087. That's 646-4087 or online at servicemasterpc.com.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Carpat Social Morning Rush Daily Question.
All right, you men. I'm going to ask you a question, and I want you to answer to the best of your ability.
It's going to be a quick answer to an incredibly terrible, long question.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Check out Nate and Christian's Place in Lowell online at carpatsocial.com.
Scale of 1 to 10, how concerned are you tonight about Arkansas at LSU if DJ Wagner and Carter Knox, who are listed as doubtful, do not play? Got away with it at Mississippi State. This was a 4-point game at Bud Walton Arena. How concerned are you, 1 to 10 tonight, about this game on the road at LSU?
I think that the team showed you that they can win without DJ and also Carter Knox. And you need both those guys if you're going to make an NCAA run worth talking about. I would feel a lot less confident they had lost the game in Starkville, but you won by 20. Darius showed that he's still going to do Darius thing. TB pulled out another TB type of game that we know he's capable of. You saw Billy Richmond go off offensively. Malik Thomas had himself quite a game. So I think this team is more than capable of beating LSU. And again, they don't have Thomas. He had 18 last game. I know it's on the road, and you referenced the record when you go to the PMAC and you play in Baton Rouge. But I think Arkansas can beat him tonight. I'm
about a 6, maybe a 7 on this. I mean, you just don't have the depth on the bench. And I know a lot of teams can't go more than 7 or 8. There's very few that can go 9 or 10 around the country. I get that, but foul trouble, another injury. There's a lot of things that could completely derail you tonight, and you just don't have a ton of options.
Yeah, you mentioned foul trouble. If it's a whistle-friendly type of game, that obviously favors LSU, even though they have, let's keep in mind, they have 3 guys out as well. And also keep in mind, Carter and the precipice of the question is if they're out tonight. But if they do play, I think you obviously feel a little bit different. Seth saying he's not worried at all knowing their point guard is out. He's their engine. Without him, they're a very different team. As far as Arkansas goes, sometimes there's addition by subtraction, and it looked like that way against Mississippi State. Hopefully it continues. Ryan has zero nerves about him. What about you, Colton? Where are you at?
Probably like a 5, somewhere in the middle, I would say, just because I know that it's a hard place to play in Baton Rouge. You are without the full complements of your roster, and then, like you guys said, the foul trouble really worries me, and I just don't want to. I don't want to have to get to a point where Cal looks down towards the end of the bench and he's telling Zofich to get his jersey off because he has to go in there and log valuable minutes. It's just another of those project pieces we haven't seen, and Seeley's a great young player, but he's going to have to play defense without fouling too tonight, because you don't want him to have to go in there and get these extra minutes that we need him to get, and then all of a sudden, boom, 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 he's got 3 quick fouls. So that's one thing I'm worried about, just the foul trouble like you guys mentioned. But I think that Seth is right talking about Edon Thomas. He really is really good for LSU, and they struggled without him. They kind of got back into a rhythm, were a lot more competitive when he was out on the court, and so without him, they're a lot different team, and they're about to fire that guy anyway.
Yeah, McMahon's going to be gone. We'll see if Arkansas's favorite coach, Will Wade, is back in the fold in Baton Rouge. Aaron says he's an 8 or 9, definitely capable, but what team is going to show up? If they go through an 8-minute scoring drought, we do every 4 games, they will not have a chance to win tonight. It is, you mentioned the midweek buys. Arkansas is one of only 2 SEC games tonight. Vanderbilt travels to Auburn to take on the Tigers in the Jungle. So, again, you're the later game tonight. It's kind of the setup. It was like this way last week. It'll be like this way this week, and then we'll get back to having several games on both Tuesday and Wednesday before playing the games on Saturday. All right, that is your Cart Pass Social Morning Rush daily question. Your nerves heading into tonight. Number 1 place for golf indoors is at Cart Pass Social. You can plan your favorite party there, corporate events. It could be a birthday party, whatever the case may be. Maybe you just want to watch the Arkansas game tonight or this weekend. You could do so at Cart Pass Social. 10 TVs, whether it's Arkansas basketball, your favorite NBA team, they're going to have it for you at Cart Pass Social. It's always BYOB at 122 Grant Place in Lowell. Give Christian and Nate a call at 479-487-3622 to plan your next party today at Cart Pass Social. So the SEC plays midweek games on Tuesday and Wednesday. You don't have the big Monday games like you have in the Big 12 and other conference. Well, you had quite a finish in the Big 12 last night between the Kansas Jayhawks and the Arizona Cardinals. And for the first time all season, Kansas takes down, or I say Cardinals, Arizona Wildcats.
That's knocked off unbeaten Arizona. Number 1 goes down inside Allen Fieldhouse.
There is such an odd thing going on in Lawrence right now. Darren Peterson, who some people believe is going to be the number 1 pick in this NBA draft, has been playing this season, had been playing cramps, played some part of the game, whatever.
You see the video time, the guy texting?
Yeah, the connection or whatever. It's not like you have to read too much into it. It's very obvious what's going on. I just wonder, So
tell us what's obvious that's going on.
He's being managed by his agents or somebody.
Exactly. Do you disagree with that?
No, I just want to make sure we're on the same. I think he's listening to his agent a lot more than he's listening to Bill Self.
Yeah, and I'm just curious. So Peterson's a better player than Nick Smith. Nick was number 1 kid coming out of high school, didn't have a freshman year like people expected him to do, drops to 30, I think, to the Hornets, 31, whatever it was. It was later in the draft. Maybe it was late 20s. I'm curious, do we see a similar slide from Peterson, who is either taking himself out of games, being told by his agent to take himself out of games? I don't know. His kid's, 18 years old, either listening to bad advice or he's
But this has been going on all year.
Yes, correct.
This is not like, hey, big moment, Arizona, not going to be available. I mean, he's not. He's been in and out all season.
Yeah, keep in mind, so they play BYU, another potential number 1 pick, AJ DeBenza, earlier this season. He doesn't play like the entire second half, or maybe a little bit of the second half. And then this game last night, number 1 team in the country, in your building, best venue in college basketball, the opportunity to knock off number 1 and doesn't play. And again, what's being cited is flu-like symptoms. Now, other times it's been cited this season are cramps. And like you watch, it's not hard to pick up what a cramp is. Like if you watch a kid cramp it up, we've seen it our entire lives, either our own account or we've watched it on TV. And anytime he goes out for, air quotes, cramps, it doesn't look to be the case. I would be irate if I was Bill Self and having to manage and go through this, or any assistant coach on Kansas. And the other thing to think about this, like you tie in load management in the NBA, this is basically what it is.
It's risk management.
It's
not load management. It's risk management.
Risk management. That's the better way to put it.
Because he's an asset to the agent. And
Yeah.
he's an asset to his-
100%.
And I would-
asset to
Ding,
the
ding,
agent.
ding.
And I just
And his family isn't going to
Let him be
push
let him get
back.
hurt.
And he's getting NIL money, so it's not like he's having to wait to get some money. I mean, his whole thing, I mean, that's I don't know what his deal is with Kansas, but I hope it's on a per game played basis.
Yeah,
Per minute,
Like,
yeah.
Per
you're-
minute,
you're
yeah. We're going to
Kansas-
pay you by the minute.
You're a Kansas fan or booster, and I think I had it written down. I don't know if I think they've lost more games with him than without him, which is wild. I think they're 11-2 without him and 10-3.
Well, how could you, as a teammate,
Oh,
how
I'd be
could you
so
count on this
mad.
guy?
Yeah, I'd be so mad.
Oh.
And like you've had
And knowing he's getting paid to sit on his can? That would really irk me if I'm a teammate.
I will at least, and I don't know every little detail, nook and cranny, the whole thing that happened with Nick Smith. I was at least happy that he came back for the NCAA tournament and tried to play. Now, I'm going to guess that was Rich Paul, Clutch Sports. I don't know that for a fact. That's just what my mind is we're in that situation. I don't even know who his agent is. I didn't look before the show, but I'm going to guess there's something similar. And I just wonder, like with this going
Do you
on,
think he'll play when it comes tournament time? Bigger
I would think so. And again, we don't know every little detail on injuries and whatnot. For example, with Carter and DJ, like that's no reason to believe by any stretch of the imagination they're sitting out. We had a texter yesterday. It's like, well, they were benched. That's why it's like, no, that's not the case at all. Some guys are actually injured. Like I think Carter and DJ are. Hopefully, we'll get a chance to either whether it's tonight or when Auburn comes into town on Saturday, we'll see him. But the teammate aspect that you brought up, they've got a really solid team. Bill Self's now 40-0 in Big Monday games on Monday night, which is just absurd to win those type of games. Did they get some calls last night? Yes. But to have that record unscathed, undefeated, is just like a whoa type of fact.
I saw two teams last night play that I don't think Arkansas could beat either one.
No, you're not beating Arizona. That's the first game they've lost all year. Kansas is
Well, I mean, just the matchups. Forget about rankings and records. Their size, their ability to rebound, their ability to. I mean, how many block shots were in that game last night? Golly, you talk about deficiencies and what Arkansas has and doesn't have. Arkansas's got a really good basketball team. Those were two great teams last night that have the front court to go all the way.
And to bring that up, to tie that back in, so you have the best front court in college basketball resides in Gainesville, Florida, with the Gators. Like you got that Howell kid who's an All-American. Then they've got three guys that they can rotate: Chinlu, Condon, and Hanglod. So Arkansas doesn't have that. That's one of the reasons.
Two of the top three rebounders in the SEC are Chinlaw and Condon.
Yeah, that's one of the
reasons. 1 and 3, and their combined rebounds are like nearly 18 a game.
Cal goes big in this game Saturday for not just to test it out, but I heard Pringle the post game saying for maybe a team like Florida. That's been talked about. It's not hard to figure that out. That is at some point they're going to try and utilize that when they play. Kind of like when Arkansas went big a couple years ago and they had the Mitchell brothers playing Alabama. But I think about just the comparison. Like, so SEC was top dog in the league last year. You also saw the comparison in conferences where the top echelon of the Big 12, with the exception of probably Florida, is just different than the SEC. Houston, Kansas, Arizona, Colton, is there another team? And BYU you can maybe put on there. The SEC has one of those teams. It's the Florida Gators. It's not the one here in Fayetteville. I wish I could say that. And Arkansas is a top 4 team in the SEC right now. You have a chance to gain some headway these next two games with an LSU team that you're favored to win in on the road tonight and an Auburn team that you owe a little payback to.
You know, the Big Ten's got Michigan, and Michigan State's really good. Nebraska's really good, but I don't know that anyone has the top 4 the Big 12 has.
Have you watched that Fierce kid, by the way? You bring up Michigan State. He is Grayson Allen 2.0.
Foul baiting.
Did he do that in the Arkansas game? I don't remember.
There was a little of it, but the game, they were really just pounding us inside. He didn't have to do any of that, but he did a little bit. He did get a couple calls.
Grayson Allen had I probably 10 instances in college where he did something dirty. Fierce has had 3 or 4 this year that you're like, dude, what are you doing? That's not a basketball play at all. And Tom Izzo's like defending him because it's his kid or whatever. But I would be pounding him, actually hitting, but yelling at him off the record, not off the record, but inside the closed walls of the locker room, because that is the dirtiest player in college basketball. Fierce. And hopefully Arkansas
He'll get his comeuppance. Somebody will come off the end of the bench and take him out. Hey, college basketball's heating up. March Madness just around the corner. Oakland Sports has everything that you want right now. I know football's over, but you can wager on basketball. You got college baseball coming up, the NBA, hockey, the Olympics, table tennis. Do you know table tennis is a big wagering item?
I did not.
I did not know that either, but it says it right here. Take advantage of the Oakland Sports app and the new offer right now. New customers can earn up to $1,000 in bonus bets once you deposit. You're automatically enrolled in the promotion. 10% profit boost for new and existing customers on qualifying three-leg parlays. It's all with the Oakland Sports app. Downloaded now in the Apple app or Google Play Store.
Hour 2 Morning Rush, including Talk of the Town, is next.
Looking for a fence that stands out and stands strong? Call the Fence Man, 479-782-3936. Serving the Fort Smith area for over 40 years, the Fence Man builds custom, one-of-a-kind fences, residential, commercial, and high security. Need automatic gates? The Fence Man does it. Need financing? You got it. 18-month financing is available. Get your free quote today at thefencemanar.com. Or call 479-782-3936. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work.
All right, you're all set with a coat and scarf. Bundling up?
Yeah, it's freezing out there.
Want to bundle up some wins?
Wins?
It's the $5 bundle from the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery. It's Powerball with Power Play, Lotto, and a free natural state jackpot ticket, all for just $5.
Wait. 3 chances for 3 jackpots for $5? Bundle me up.
Ask for the $5 bundle today. Must be 18 or older to play. Call or text 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
Few things in life are more important than showing up. Whether you show up for your family, friends, or teammates, it doesn't hurt to bring a plate of their favorite beef dish. Together, we bring more. Find your next crowd pleaser at beefitswhatsfordinner.com. Brought to you by the Arkansas Beef Council, courtesy of beefitswhatsfordinner.com. Tom Murphy is brought to you by the Arkansas Beef Council. Beef, it's what's for dinner.
Whether you're fishing for cold water bass on Beaver Lake or Table Rock, or fishing for a trophy brown trout on the Mighty White River, the Smithwick Original Suspending Rattling Rogue will catch them. It has that famous rolling action whether it's fished extremely slow or worked fast in heavy current. This rogue suspends, so it will stay in the strike zone longer, allowing you to catch more fish. Available at Walmart, Bass Pro Shops, Academy, LureNet.com, and tackle stores all over the place. The Smithwick Original Suspending Rattling Rogue.
This is the Morning Rush.
Basketballs bounce, cheerleaders cheer, and fans are flocking to the paint store in Van Buren. The paint store in Van Buren is known for their color matching. The paint store in Van Buren is known for their help with color selection. The paint store in Van Buren shares their expert advice from 35 years of experience. If you haven't been to the paint store in Van Buren, you are missing out. How about you give them a shout next time you need some real life help you can't get on YouTube?
Take your tax refund the extra mile with a road-ready certified pre-owned vehicle at Rath Auto Resources. We've been working around the clock to beef up our inventory, and we're proud to say this is our best, largest selection of road-ready certified pre-owned vehicles ever. With so many to choose from, price to sell, and backed by a comprehensive warranty, there's no reason to settle for less. Come see why your friends and neighbors voted us the River Valley's #1 pre-owned car dealer, and see why all the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath. Rath Auto Resources, 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith.
Get ready for Mudbug Mayhem, the Crawfish Festival that's a true celebration of community, family, and culture. Join us March 7th at Chaffee Crossing Historic District for Cajun-inspired food, live music, local vendors, and a sizzling crawfish cook-off. Check out the car show, the cornhole contest. There's activities for all ages, and you can make memories with friends and family. Don't miss the fun. Mudbug Mayhem Crawfish Festival, March 7th. It's free to get in. Learn more at mudbugmayhemfest.com.
Winter's here, and as the temperature drops, energy use can go up. That means so can your bills. At Arkansas Oklahoma Gas, we know managing energy costs isn't always simple, and we're here to help. We offer practical energy-saving tips, convenient payment options, and connections to assistance programs to help you through the season. Whether you're planning ahead or looking for extra support, our team is ready to help you explore your options. Learn more at aogc.com/winter.
Looking for a career with a company built to last? At Forsgren, we've been shaping the future of the River Valley since 1936. Nearly 90 years of excellence, innovation, and family-driven leadership. From sidewalks that still stand today to major infrastructure projects across the region, our legacy is built on quality and community. Apply now at goforsgren.com. Join the Forsgren legacy, where your work becomes part of something lasting. Forsgren, building the foundation of the River Valley for 4 generations. Apply now at goforsgren.com.
We're keeping Arkansas beautiful. Want to lend a hand? Don't be afraid to get them dirty. Every day, volunteers around the state are picking up litter, planting trees and wildflowers, recycling, and more. You know what these volunteers need most? Help. Volunteer today at keeparkansasbeautiful.com. Learn more about all our programs. A message brought to you by the Keep Arkansas Beautiful Commission, this station, and the Arkansas Broadcasters Association.
This is Daryl Johnston with Hashtag Managed IT Services. We are excited to now be part of AAA Business Systems. Hashtag will continue to handle every IT need your business will have, and now, as part of AAA Business Systems, we can handle all of your document printing and storage solutions. Together, we have the expertise to meet all of your office technology needs. Find us online at aaabm.com or call us at 471-1771.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, we will be in and out of the clouds. Chance of a few passing showers across the south. Our high temperatures will be in the low to mid 70s. Cloudy skies, slight chance of showers tonight. And overnight low will drop down in the low 40s north, upper 40s south. Wednesday, much cooler with highs in the 50s. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by Forsgren Incorporated, committed to setting the standard of excellence since 1936.
KERX Paris Fort Smith, broadcasting live from the Busch Light Studios. This is the Morning Rush.
I'm fine. It's just that life is pointless and nothing matters, and I'm always tired. Also, I can't sleep. I'm overeating. None of my old hobbies interest me.
No, nothing makes sense anymore. I hate it, man. It's depressing.
Misery, misery, misery. That's what you've chosen.
I can't live like this.
There really is no hope.
She's gone and she's never coming back.
I'm tired, boss. Tired of being on the road, lonely as a sparrow in the rain.
All I want is to be back where things make sense. I won't have to be afraid all the time.
Live from the Busch Light Studios. Produced by Colton Little with Ty Richardson.
You clowns.
And Tommy Kraft.
I don't even know who you are anymore.
This is the Morning Rush.
I don't know if doom and gloom is the right way to put it, but it is a bummer we won't get any football till late August. Real football. That is. Got spring football coming up here in March. Spring game in April, but just not the same. Not the same thing. As we kind of wrap up the football stuff until spring, a few headlines that stand out to me. Apparently the streaker made some money on himself.
This is the smartest Super Bowl streaker that we have ever seen in our entire lifetime. And this is his second time streaking at a Super Bowl. And he made so much money doing it each time. So the streaker's name is Alex Gonzalez. He's a famous day trader and TikToker, and he bet on himself to do this, to streak at the Super Bowl, and there he gets tackled by Kyle Williams. Most exciting. So the odds of somebody streaking onto the field at the Super Bowl was at plus 300, and he took matters into his own hands, and he did it himself, and he bet a lot of money on that plus 300, so he made a lot of money, and it wasn't his first time doing it. So he did it at the Super Bowl 2 years ago. He made $110,000 betting on himself to streak onto the field at the Super Bowl, and I guess he used $40,000 of that to pay his bail. And
Isn't that wild? So he had to pay $42,000 for his bail in Allegiant Stadium in Vegas.
$42,000 for bail? That seems high.
I thought the same thing. And
I mean, you know more about being bailed out than us because none of us have been arrested before, but that does seem a little bit high.
They need to be very clear when it comes to like that type of thing, that the bail that you initially pay is not the full amount, because there was a warrant out for my arrest that my dad was freaking out about. because I thought I paid the full amount. Now, I quickly went to the police station, alerted them of the situation like a good, upstanding American citizen would do.
Like anyone that's been arrested before would do. Yeah,
and
of course.
Yeah. And legally, again, I can say that arrest has been expunged from my
42,000. I've got some family members that work in the bail bonding business, and I would. So I've got a connection. If you need it again, let me know.
Okay.
Make me your first call.
Kobe's dad,
Yeah.
Mr. Brandon, can help me out too.
Yeah.
So I don't know how much he actually bet.
I think Bean would let you sit in there a little while.
Yeah.
You must get a cut for referrals, Tommy.
He
No, but I should.
Yeah, you should get some of that.
Yeah.
The interesting
42,000 though.
The interesting
That had to be a cash bond. He's going to get some of that back.
He bet on himself to streak.
He bet on himself.
He's a genius.
And he's smart. He had a decoy. If you watch the video, there's a decoy that I'm guessing he paid off as well, where the security went to him first, and then this Gonzalez kid then takes off and goes on the field. I would guess that, like, he wore a disguise.
Be cheaper to cut the cops in on it, right? Yeah. Hey, I'm going to slip out here.
Right here by the 40.
You $5,000 in for you.
And
you get the tackle.
This was the Harlan call
slow down.
from 2 years ago, Colton. This was him again, right?
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah.
Second down, 20.
Oh, yeah.
5:03 to go. Someone in front on the field. Some guy with a bra. And now he's happy and chase. He's running down the middle of the 40. Arms in the air in a victory salute. He's pulling down his pants. Put up your pants, my man. Pull up those pants. He's being chased to the 30. He breaks a tackle from a security guard. The 20. Down the middle of the 10. The 5. He slides at the 1. And they converge on him at the goal line. Pull up your pants. Take off the bra and be a man. Pull up your pants. Take off the bra and be a man.
That's such a great call.
He is awesome.
Harlan is a nice guy. We got a chance to meet him, and he has gone about it a different way than most broadcasters do. Most broadcasters don't. They stay away from it. Don't even mention it because they don't want to give
Well, he was doing radio.
Yes.
They don't show it on TV because they don't want to give anyone, their moment.
Mm-hmm.
So trying to deter it again, but he does the national broadcast for on Westwood One. So
There has to be
radio's a little different.
There has
You'd be
to
doing
be
an injustice by not mentioning it.
Chris Bean's up. There was a streaker at the Super Bowl in 21 who bet $50,000 on himself and didn't get paid out. I would think there would have to be fine print when you make that bet that says you cannot be the person that streaks or something of that. I mean, casinos and big time money is too
okay. So
smart
I
to
just
allow.
have somebody else place the bet for me. I mean,
okay.
Okay,
Wasn't
that's easy.
Wouldn't that be illegal? Wouldn't that be tampering or of sorts?
Well, we're in the SEC. I mean, we don't do anything
matter.
about tampering.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Well, the 50K. Imagine betting that money and then not receiving it.
You should know when someone bets $50K on that one particular prop, something's up.
Something's coming up.
Something's up.
So you might as well think if you bet on it plus 300, you didn't have any skin in the game, being that you're one of the ones streaking. That would be the easiest bet from the weekend.
But can he get a three-peat? That's what I want to know. Once you've done it twice, there has to be some type of urge to
Can
go
he
back
do it
and
a
do
third
it.
I bet they shut it. They may shut his gambling account down wherever he placed that bet. Tom Murphy normally with us on Tuesdays, not going to be with us today. He'll be back with us on Thursday. It's always brought to you by the Arkansas Beef Council. A few things in life are more important than showing up, and whether you show up for family, friends, teammates, or other streakers, it doesn't hurt to bring along your favorite plate of your favorite beef dish. Together we bring more. Find your next crowd pleaser at beefitswhatsfordinner.com. Brought to you by the Arkansas Beef Council and courtesy of Beef. It's whatsfordinner.com.
Gavin points out here on our Lewis Automotive Group hotline, if you paid 10% of your bail, he would have paid, his bail would have been $4.2 million.
No, it would have been $420,000. Would be 10% of $42,000.
Well, I didn't do the math in my head. I trusted Gavin, and Gavin, so there's that, 1%? Is that
1%? It'd be 1%. But bails generally, I don't know, you tell us. You're the experienced one. Generally, it's 10%. Yeah.
I don't remember. That was too long ago. That was 2013. That's... What is that? 13 years ago. It's been a while.
Surely he'll get that had to be a cash bond.
I would think so.
He'll get that back once minus his fines or whatever, and they may fine him the whole 42 just to make a point. I don't know what the maximum is on that. Not interested in finding out either.
Don't want to do the research on that. Okay. Last football headline.
You can do the research. I'm not interested in having personal experience.
Okay. Last football headline before we get in talking to town. Gavin says he's in construction. He's not a mathematician. You remember we brought up Kurt Signetti and the headset he wore going for like $4,000? What do you think it got up to? What do you think it was bought for?
40,000. I don't know.
Colton, did you see it?
I read it.
Okay.
I read it. And it's
$112,000.
Really?
$500. The most expensive headgear ever purchased was Bill Belichick's in a Super Bowl during the Pats dynasty. Darren Ravel had that. But some Indiana fan or just a college football fanatic bought that for over $112,000.
Wow. I think that's where we're headed. Game-worn items, player helmets, player jerseys, authenticated game footballs, and all that stuff's going to be auctioned and sold to people that are crazy enough to buy it for these exorbitant prices, and the money funneled right back into university operations.
I'm trying to think of an Arkansas item that could fetch that amount of money. Maybe the basketball from '94. Is there anything else?
In the moment, what would you have paid for the ball that got stuck up in the scoreboard?
Oh,
for Michael Qualls.
Yeah.
The dunk at the buzzer.
Mm-hmm.
There are moments you would.
What do they do with
what
that,
would
by
you
the way?
pay for the game-worn jersey?
Coach Anderson has it.
Why am I drawing a blank for the young man that threw the perfect game last
Gage
year?
Wood.
Gage Wood. What would you pay for Gage Wood's game-worn jersey
That's your
last
price.
year?
Didn't from the Hall of Fame?
I was going to say, didn't he donate that? Phil donated.
Maybe it was a cleats, maybe or something.
Okay.
One of those two.
But my point, I don't know how many baseballs it went through, and that wouldn't be as valuable. But you get what something he wore, game worn from that moment. People would pay a stupid amount of money for certain
McFadden's
things.
bat. People would pay a lot.
Oh,
for that.
that's a
The
great.
bat.
That's a
McFadden.
great one.
Yeah,
that's a great one. I know that season what they finished 8-4 in 2007, but just like when you think about
laser engraved.
that iconic wins, that would definitely be up there. I know they've done some replicas since then, but I would think that the basketball from '94 would be the number one, right? Is there anything that would? I mean, the Gage Wood one is good.
Yeah, I'm guessing that is that in the museum there at Bud Walton. I don't know. I haven't been through there in a while, but I know they got some of the bench chairs. But point is, some of that stuff would bring enough money to make sense.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not at Arkansas, maybe not at a lot of schools, but at certain schools, you authenticate it. I've seen a deal where from All-Star games and World Series games, they pull the bases up every inning, put a sticker on it, authenticate them, and then they sell those off.
Mm-hmm.
Put new bases out.
It also helps that that's Indiana's, and I know they had a good year last year.
Well, it's truly once in a lifetime for a lot of those folks.
Caleb says Bobby Petrino's wrecked motorcycle. I was waiting on that text.
That's out there. Someone bought it, and it's there.
Is it on display or is it just where is it?
It's in Northwest Arkansas. It's my understanding. It was as of a few years ago.
Gunner wants
because we had someone offer to bring it to one of our radio events one time.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Gunner says Darren McFadden's jersey for when he ran for 323 against South Carolina back in 2007. That would be it.
Razorback game.
Yeah, that would be it. That would be a great one. I think I was also at that game. That was a fun one. So, well, I don't know if anything's going to be bought for $112,000 like Sig's headset was, but that is pretty wild. I don't know. I mean, we're done with football.
I can't imagine that'd be the most expensive item that would go either. Would be his coaching
of any Indiana teams?
Right.
That's a good question. Maybe his pullover.
Mendoza's jersey or helmet or something from that, particularly when you pair it together next to the highlight of that, 16-yard run.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that would have to bring more money.
Do players get to
Or the
keep...
ball he carried across the goal line, that particular ball.
That's a great point. Do players get to keep their, memorabilia, but their jerseys and stuff?
Depending on how good you are.
I didn't know if that, they had to donate it, not donate, but give it back.
Who owns it? Who's it property of?
I would
the
think
university.
Well, that's what I was asking.
It's not their jersey. I mean, I know they wore it, but it's the school's jersey, the school's helmet. The school needs to use that. I mean, right now, Hunter Yurachek and the chancellor got like 2 weeks to come up with a plan to make $11 million between the two of them. They got to tell the board about them. Well, there's that could be one small piece of it.
We just got a message from Chris in Fayetteville. What do you think Bobby Petrino's motorcycle, the 2007 custom-owned Keen, was going for? He's got the
back then or now?
He just sent a screenshot, so I don't know if it was back then or now.
Oh, 15,000.
20,000.
20,000.
20,000 in Siloam Springs, Arkansas.
Yeah. I knew it was in Northwest Arkansas. It was at a time.
Ryan says, I want Chad Morris's playbook so I can learn now not to coach football. That is a wild.
Tell that to your Clemson friends.
Yeah, that's a wild thing for Dabo. It could be his last leg, his last life in Clemson.
His wife said they would have crawled back to Clemson. He said,
any job that would pay them some money. Yeah. I mean, Chad Morris obviously is not a head coach.
Yeah.
But the idea he knows zero about football is preposterous too.
No, that was the thing. We had Taj Boyd on this show. Taj broke records at Clemson while Chad Morris was the offensive coordinator prior to Deshaun Watson getting there. It helped when you had guys like D-Hop and I think Spiller was on that. I mean, they were loaded. And he told us straight up that this was a tremendous hire. And this was going to be great. And I bought in. I mean, we got the quarterback of a guy that broke records all over the place at a school that Chad was the OC at. I fully bought it.
Some guys are lieutenants and some guys are generals.
Kelly Bryant too.
Say that one more time, Cole.
We're also going to get Kelly Bryant too during that time. We thought
he came for a recruiting visit. Remember, we rolled out the red carpet and then some, and
just didn't work. He ended up at Missouri, right? Yeah. Okay. Bobby says the football for Miracle and Markham would be a good one.
Yeah,
that would be a good one. Jacobs points out accurately, Morris has still not revealed the other half of his offense. Gosh, that was so funny. That press conference, those press conferences, if you look at it from an entertainment value, Tommy, were so great. And
I wasn't real entertained at the time. So.
Well, it was 2-10 is not, but just from a when you look back at it years later, it was it definitely had some entertainment.
What was it? Maybe it's the North Texas loss or one of them. And Hunter Yurchek was sitting in the back and had this like Razorback suit on,
that $15 one from Walmart. It's the cheapest piece of trash.
And his hair and his facial expression, his body, he looked like he had been on about a 3-day bender.
He was disheveled.
Oh my Lord, that might be the most entertaining thing. It's just how defeated that man looked in the moment.
I think we all were defeated.
I felt for him.
I think we all felt that same way. Let's go to Don in Fayetteville before we get our talk of the town. Don, you've got a memorabilia comment you want to make this morning.
Yeah, when I was leading the Cub Scout den and everything, and they would always show up at the games for serving Cokes and stuff. So I had 2 of those Rawlings autograph balls and had them both signed by the 94 team. One of them I sold for $500, but the other one I kept and still got. But the one that's the most unusual was in 92 or 93 when Arkansas joined the SEC. Hardee's came out with a basketball that had all the mascots on it from the SEC.
Yeah.
And that ball, I got that ball autographed too, completely by the 94 team. And I've hung on to it all this time because it's such an unusual ball.
Don, aren't there certain things it doesn't matter the amount of money, you're just not willing to part ways with it? Like that ball
right.
you're talking about. You just
like that ball there. Yeah, right. No matter what they'd give for it, I'm not going to part with it because it got Nolan's name, got everybody's name on it, and there's no way I'd part with it. I've never seen another one like it.
You sound like a true Razorback fan. Money's no object. You're keeping that sucker regardless.
You got it, definitely. Go Hogs.
You think Dwayne could wrangle one of those up for us?
I'd forgotten or didn't know about the Hardee's memorabilia, the Hardee's basketball. That I feel left out now.
They're in a warehouse somewhere.
I do love the old and Southwest Conference. You had the old Dave Campbell magazines. My uncle's got a bunch of them in his house. But anytime you have old memorabilia with the old mascots, whether in the Southwest Conference or the SEC, I just think it looks, I don't know if rustic's the right word. It just looks so awesome. It looks cool.
That would, there's a lot of good memorabilia out there. Mike Neighbors was a collector of a lot of odd memorabilia when he was around. I guess he's still around Northwest Arkansas working for the SEC network, but he's got a lot of that unusual stuff.
David says one of his son's professors had the neck brace Bobby wore. That is a wild collectible, but Josh said he wanted Stan Heath basketball. What would it bring?
The ball might be worth more.
Yeah, I would think so.
New ball's about $75 these days.
Man.
So,
all right, Colton, you ready to get into talking to town?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's get into it.
Hang on, let me get my seatbelt on here.
I love this town. I love the weather. And the word around town says, I love this place.
It's a very small town.
Wonder what's really going on in your neck of the woods? It's time for Talk of the Town Tuesday on the Morning Rush. Here's Colton Little with today's top stories.
my man Dwayne at Hardee's is listening. He says he can fix us up.
Let's get a couple, one for all.
Yeah, we'll put that in the studio, Dwayne.
That'll look cool.
If you're bringing it over, we'll take a couple biscuits too.
Might as well bring the food
He
with
brought
him.
up Hardee's, and it just got me hungry for a biscuit at Hardee's.
Dennis is also listening. He was offered Petrino's bike for $14,000. I don't know if I want that because I feel like that is when it all went wrong and it's not gone right since. I would much rather have the basketball than Dwayne's.
But if that bike could talk, we'd finally know if the the swim coach beat him up.
Are we gonna? Yeah, okay. Are we gonna still hold on to the idea that it was a crash?
If the bike could talk, we would know for sure.
Okay. All right, we'll leave it at that. Go ahead, Colton.
Anyway, fellas, know you're hungry. Know you want to know some mysteries here. So how about some king cake? It's about Mardi Gras time. You got to get ready to add to your bead collection, everybody. It's almost time for Mardi Gras in Fayetteville. The annual Fat Saturday Parade of Fools will take place.
Not Fat Saturday,
at 2
it's
p.m.
Fat Tuesday.
That's what they said.
I
I know.
know.
It is. Today is Tuesday, but next Tuesday is Fat Tuesday. And Fat
Right.
Tuesday is not what I said to Ty when I walked in this morning. I just, it's just what it is. The annual Fat Saturday Parade of Fools will take place at 2 p.m. on Saturday, February 14th. It will feature dozens of floats by businesses, nonprofits, community groups, all of that stuff right there. Fellas, the origins of Mardi Gras can be traced back to which city? Ty, we'll start with you. Is it A, Mobile, Alabama? B,
It is
New
A.
Orleans,
That's
Louisiana? D,
it's
Paris?
A.
Okay,
Yeah.
Okay,
I've told
fellas,
you
we
that
started
before,
off-
haven't I?
Hey, I wanted to get everybody to get their feet wet this morning and get.
You didn't think we'd get that one right.
No, I put it A. It's
Because we've
very
talked
easy.
about this. Tommy made fun of me for going to Mardi Gras things in St. Louis, and I told him it's like the actual origin of it is in Mobile, which apparently is electric. I would like to go there at some point as of New Orleans, but
But he can't. He gets in the way of all of his other trips.
You think about this weekend. I didn't think it was fair for me as a single man to not have to do the post game on Valentine's Day, so I intentionally volunteered myself. So that's why I'm not in a Mardi Gras theme this weekend.
That's really noble of you.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
I thought the same. Go
All right,
ahead.
number 2, Arkansas authorities discovered $28 million in methamphetamine in a truck carrying fruit. KATV and Little Rock reports that the 8th South Drug Task Force, along with the assistance of the Arkansas State Police and other agencies, stopped the vehicle at a way station near Hope, not really, last November. The investigators received a tip about meth trafficking through Texarkana, and it's just now been released. They uncovered 620 pounds of meth nestled among 10 tons of which common fruit?
Oh, I saw this.
Is it A, lemons, B, pineapples, C, limes, or D, clementines? Ty, we start with you.
I think it's limes because I
Ty
think I
says
told the
limes.
story this weekend.
I saw the story. It is limes.
It is limes.
2 for 2 for the both of you,
Yeah.
fellas. It is
Man.
limes. That's right.
I was hoping he couldn't remember because I knew it was limes.
So you get some take
Thanks,
care
Bob.
of your scurvy and
Bobby,
take care of those
Bobby
cravings.
knew it was limes too.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Bobby.
All right, fellas, $105 million in new federal funding is headed to the Arkansas Department of Transportation for lots of road projects. I love talking about roads in this segment. Federal funding will provide the Arkansas Department of Transportation $105 million for 6 expressway development projects. $59 million for the next phase of the Springdale Northern Bypass. $15.8 for the next phase of future Interstate 49 from Alma to Barling,
Yes,
which I'm
sir.
a big fan of.
Put it
$11
all on
million
that one.
$11 million for Highway 412 corridor improvements, $7 million for Highway 82 railroad overpass, $6.734 million for the next phase of future Interstate 57 from Walnut Ridge to the Missouri state line, $3 million for the next phase of Highway 112 widening, and $3 million for the next phase of future Interstate from Alma to Barling. Transportation being improved is a really great thing for our citizens of this state. We all can agree on that,
Yes.
correct? So who's responsible, fellas? Getting transportation improved is important. Who is our Arkansas Department of Transportation Director? Ty, is it A, Rod Westerman, B, Drew Rowland, C, Jared Wiley, or D, Zach Reynolds?
I've seen this guy's name in the emails. I just can't. I don't think it's D, but I'm going to say Reynolds.
You say
probably
Zach
know.
Reynolds.
You probably
Tommy,
know
do
who
you
this
know
is.
What position
One more
are you
time.
saying?
This is the Arkansas Department of Transportation Director.
You should know this.
Well, I can tell you this: the president of the 5 appointees of the Arkansas Highway Department Commission is Keith Gibson.
That is not the question.
But he didn't ask for that. He asked for that.
Well, he's the guy that's in charge.
Getting transportation improved is a great thing, thanks to our RDOT director, who was quoted multiple times in the article that I'm referencing.
Give me the names
A,
again.
Rod Westerman, B, Drew Rowland, C, Jared Wiley, or D, Zach Reynolds.
So you can play it safe and pick D like I did, or you could...
Jared Wiley.
Tommy says Jared Wiley. Is that a shot in the dark?
No.
It is Jared Wiley. He is the winner, and Tommy walks away, and now he is our rating talk of the day.
But I can tell you.
Hear ye, hear ye. Pause. Before you make your rule, I'd just like to say I put a lot of effort into these, and I will be damned if you two do not stick by the rules for the remainder of this show. It's disrespectful to me and disrespectful to the sanctity of this bit if you don't continue to follow the rules. Tommy, lay down the law. Go for blood.
All right, so Ty, the rest of the program.
The rest of the program.
You need to be a public servant.
Okay.
And twice per segment, I want a short, in your own words, short 15 to 20 second public service announcement, since we're talking about roads.
PSA. Okay.
PSA.
How about keeping your ass out of the left lane if you're not going to
you.
pass anybody?
That's what I got.
So you're in charge of educating for the next 30 minutes our audience on the perils of hanging out in the left lane and not hammering
Let's
down.
do one
So
set.
since we've been talking Chad Morris and state highways, you should tell people if you're in the left lane, you need to hammer down.
Let me start this timer. All right. 15 to 20 seconds.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. All right, public service announcement for all of our listeners here on ESPN Arkansas and hitthatline.com. If you were going to drive like a grandmother, and that is no slight to both of or I guess all three of mine, please stay out of the left lane. The left lane is for big dogs only, like Tommy, like myself, that have to get from point A to point B.
Yeah.
This PSA is brought to you by RDOT this morning. As long as you're driving within the confines of the speed limit.
No, we don't care about the left lane. Is not the speed limit.
I forget what I said about the speed limit.
Yeah, speed limit is out in the left lane.
I had to lab, but I did a few seconds over.
Well, we had a few Karens last. We were talking about this on your What's Your Beef Wednesday. We had a few Karens texting in. Oh, you just want to get over there and break the law. Yes, I do. I want you to quit breaking the law and get to the right. So
I'm trying to adhere to more of the laws within our roadways, based on the
good for you.
Based on the kind officer.
So you're putting your phone in the cupboard.
No, it's on the thingamajig where I try to
where it's still in your line of sight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it's on Do Not Disturb.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Talk of the Town Tuesdays brought to you this week by Arts Barbecue Burgers and more. Lots more. In fact, today, Tuesday, you want a good, delicious lunch that you can afford? How about Arts Delicious Pork Chops? Enjoy 2, not 1, 2 tender and smoky barbecue pork chops, and you get 2 sides to go with it. Just $9.99. These are big, thick pork chops. They finish them off with their Arts barbecue sauce, and it's kind of sticky and glazy on there. It's really good. And you can choose 2 sides of your choice when you get this today. Just $9.99. 2 big old pork chops, 2 great sides, $9.99 today at Arts Barbecue Burgers and more. I was in there last week, had the kickin' chicken, and brought about half of it back, then had it like the next 2 mornings for breakfast. It was great. So kickin' chicken's one of my favorites, but pork chops may be on the menu today. Arts Barbecue, Rogers Avenue, 2 doors east of Lowe's, 452-2550 to call ahead and pick up at Arts Barbecue in Fort Smith.
All right, when we come back, SEC update, Charles Bediaco not playing tomorrow. Hopefully not the Arkansas game next Wednesday either. Doesn't look like he'll be playing college basketball anymore. We'll tell you the update next.
You're listening to The Morning Rush with Ty Richardson and Tommy Kraft.
Rain, snow, sleet, or hail, the Razorbacks will never fail.
All guests join us on the Lewis Automotive Hotline. Call or text 877-377-6963. Since 1946, no pressure, no hassle, just tradition. The celebration starts now.
Pull up your pants, take off the bra, and be a man.
This is The Morning Rush.
With 10 extravagant indulgences for $3 or less, Taco Bell's new Lutz value menu makes you feel Lutz. As their official Lutziers, I help when it makes you feel too Lutz. Like when you eat the delectable new mini taco salad, you don't need a mini taco salad fork. The fork that comes in the bag is fine. Just like the beefy potato loaded griller isn't bruleed, it's grilled. Just as good though. Try Taco Bell's new Lutz value menu for $3 or less today. At participating Taco Bell stores while supplies last. Price of participation varies. Tax extra.
They say consistency is the key to success. They weren't wrong. So how about grabbing a beer that's consistently smooth, consistently refreshing, and consistently light? You might just find that the road to success can be pretty enjoyable. Michelob Ultra, the perfect balance of taste and refreshment, and only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Valley Family Dental, at the entrance to Riley Farms, provides every type of dental care and procedure for you and your family. General dentistry, braces, implants, same-day crowns, and cosmetics. Dr. Sparkman, Farmer, and now Dr. Blaine Van Nice work to give all of their patients a better life with a better smile. Valley Family Dental, 5901 Riley Park Drive, Suite A, at the entrance to Riley Farms. Let them know you heard this on ESPN Radio and receive $300 off a store card. Valley Family Dental, 479-226-3500 for an appointment, or visit valleyfamilydentalpractice.com.
Hey Razorback fans, Matt Jones here. We're all experiencing higher prices on just about everything, and that includes sunrooms, patio covers, and windows. If you've gotten an estimate on any of these projects and you were shocked by the price, then you need to call Sawyers. They've been making quality, affordable products for 35 years. They're local, they have 100% financing, and a beautiful showroom with all their products displayed. So give my buddy Buzz a call or check them out, Sawyers-sunrooms.com.
It's the all-you-can-eat breakfast buffet at Golden Corral. Enjoy the endless breakfast buffet with carved ham, tender pork chops, pancakes, French toast, made-to-order eggs and omelets, and, of course, the biscuits and gravy. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. And from 8 to 9:30, seniors get all this and a drink for $10.29. Golden Corral, 1801 South Waldron, Fort Smith. Order online at goldencorral.com for curbside pickup or delivery. Golden Corral, the only one for everyone.
Wave Rural Connect has some exciting news. Our service is now available in a brand new zone covering parts of Midland and Montreal. If you're along Highway 45, 252 or 253, or on Douglas Road or Slaytonville Road, you can get fast, reliable fiber internet today. Don't miss out. Visit waveruralconnect.com or call 1-833-492-8372. Wave Rural Connect. Internet that works when you need it most.
Want pavement protection that goes the distance? Seal-Tite of Oklahoma now offers Rhino-Tite Premium Asphalt Emulsified Sealant, the next level in driveway and parking lot care. Healthier for the environment, Rhino-Tite delivers superior defense against weather, UV rays, and wear and tear. With its high solids content, you'll get a smoother, stronger, longer-lasting driving surface. Whether you're a do-it-yourselfer or a contractor buying in bulk, Seal-Tite has the products and support you need. Visit SealTiteOklahoma.com today and protect your pavement with Rhino-Tite.
I want barbecue that's sliced thick, smoked long, and so tender it melts in your mouth. Sides that will fill me up like a twice-baked potato, baked beans, hand-cut fries, okra, Texas toast. You know what I'm talking about? A restaurant where the whole family can go and get a great meal for a great price. Where the owner actually comes to your table to make sure everything tastes great. I'll tell you what I want. I want Jerry Neal's.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
The SEC is the best conference in America.
The tough will survive in this game, and I feel like the SEC is the toughest.
Arkansas is the SEC champion.
You know, every game is a dogfight.
We're about the tough there is. Week in and week out, you're going to play some of the best, the biggest, the fastest.
The Hawks have finally held the first SEC tournament championship for Arkansas.
Where opponents' dreams come to die.
This is your SEC update on the Morning Rush.
An Alabama circuit judge has denied the Tide's Charles Bediaco's motion for a preliminary injunction which ends the former G-Leaguer's collegiate eligibility. NCAA President Charlie Baker supported the decision, saying, quote, college sports are for students, not for people who already walked away to go pro and now want to hit the undo button at the expense of a teenager's dream.
Quick public service announcement before we talk Charles Bediaco. If you are driving slow in the left lane, get out of the way, get into the right lane where the slow folks are. This message is courtesy from Tommy and my loss in the latest Talk of the Town here on a Tuesday.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You heard Scott Van Pelt discussed the latest on Charles Bediako, who as of a little after 5 o'clock last night, not eligible. I don't know. I guess I should have looked into this further. Does that mean that Alabama has to forfeit the games that they won with them, which was 3? Don't know about that. They play Ole Miss tomorrow. Charlie Baker, as you heard there, talking about college sports are for students. You don't want to expense a teenager's dream with an undo button, basically coming back after declaring. I know Alabama is saying, well, there's G Leaguers and overseas guys part of college basketball. I'm just happy that you don't have to play him next Wednesday at Coleman Coliseum.
Well, question is, what happens to the games he competed in? I think the league was right to get involved, and Greg Sankey to support this with the affidavit he submitted to the court and the NCAA, and everybody's on board, and we got the right ruling here. Do you go a step further and you keep anyone from even thinking about this again by forfeiting those games? Does the NCAA tournament committee, they don't have to, they're their own judge and jury. Do they take these games and separate them and set them aside and penalize them indirectly for it? Interesting to see what might happen with Alabama moving forward.
Nate Oates on the decision.
Obviously super disappointed in the whole thing, to be honest with you. I didn't think it ever should have got to court.
We talked about this a little bit earlier. Nate Oates, now number 1 most disliked coach in the SEC, at least in Fayetteville. I would still say that John Calipari outside of Fayetteville and outside of Arkansas is probably up there, if not number 1 for most SEC fan bases. But and someone texted in earlier on the Loose Automotive Group hotline about the Brandon Miller stuff, and this is just like, this guy continues to rub people outside of Tuscaloosa and Alabama the wrong way. And I hope Arkansas pulverizes the Crimson Tide next Wednesday, though I think it's going to be a heck of a game. And really, Darius Acuff is battling an Alabama kid, LeBarian Philon, Latoya Owe for Kentucky, and then Keyshawn Hall for Auburn for the SEC Player of the Year. Those are 3 guys he's trying to fend off. Because Florida's too spread out. Like, Florida has too many good players that they kind of take away. Like, at one point it's Chinelu. Now that team is just really, really good. That's who Darius is going to be battling here for the next few weeks for SEC players.
Well, and Philon is Darius is number 3 right now in scoring in the SEC. Philon with Alabama is number 1, like 21.5 points a game. I think Acuff's at 18.5 or something of that nature. So, but he's also number 1 in assists. So he can certainly make the case, and there's a little pushback on Alabama because of all of this with those that make the decision. I could certainly see him climbing up there.
It also helps that
you got to finish strong too.
Yeah, correct.
You can't be the number 5 team in this league and probably have the Player of the Year. It can be 1, 2, or 3 probably at worst.
Yeah, you get a chance to pay back Auburn this Saturday, which Hall is a part of that list. Don't get a chance until the SEC tournament potentially to take down Kentucky, and then Florida at the end of the month, which is going to be a really tough test. So Darius has plenty of opportunities to continue.
Beat Alabama next week. Play better than Philon in that head-to-head matchup, and that would go a long ways. Yeah. So
here, wild stat, Hog Stats put out this morning. So Arkansas right now, they're shooting like 49.9% on the season. That is the best field goal percentage since the 91 team. The issue is, and this is what people keep bringing up, you've got a top 10 offense. You've got, say what you said last week. It's the best thing I think you've said in months.
Well, I didn't talk about what I'm just repeating. Fran Fraschilla.
Okay, repeat what Fran said.
You got a Final Four offense and a first round defense.
And I just, to me, I know it's Cal's birthday, and I don't expect him to lose tonight when they take on LSU on his birthday.
That should have been my talk of the town. I knew it was Cal's birthday. Should have had Ty sing happy birthday to Coach.
Well, it's too late. I did the PSA already for this segment. So I guess the question I have is, we were talking about front courts earlier. In a year and a half, which is what the Cal era has been, haven't necessarily been. I know Boogie was injured last year. Guard play wise, like Darius is prolific a guard that we've seen in quite some time here in Fayetteville. I just wonder, and I know Jonas was injured, Adu was injured last season, why you haven't had the same crew of big men that Cal has had in his past, in his repertoire. Like, that to me has just been odd. And I know they're not like the easiest guy. Malik Ewan has shown flashes. Pringle, I don't think has been as good as people thought he was going to be. But if they're ever going to get to where John Tyson's investment pays off, which I don't think it's going to this year. I hope I'm proven wrong. You got to get the big men that Cal's had in the past.
I agree with that. But how much of the tournament, because at the end of the day, if you win the regular season and you bow out in the second round, does anyone care?
No. It's
kind of like getting to a super regional and not getting to Omaha. Does anyone care? I mean, same kind of deal. How much of it is just the matchup in the tournament? You know, who you draw in your bracket, who gets upset, on the other side of your sub bracket or whatever, the path you have to a Final Four. Because I think we all agree. I mean, yes, you'd love a national championship, but just getting to a Final Four would probably be the return on your investment you've been looking for, since you haven't been to one in 30 years. Exactly 30 years. 95 was your last one, so I guess you can call it 31 years. But the 94-95 season, 25-26 season. So I don't think you have to win the national title to feel like all this investment was worthwhile. Now, I'm not the one writing the check either.
I wonder what John Tyson would say off the record about that. I know what he'd say publicly, but I want to know what he'd actually say privately with him and Warren Stevens too, because they're the one that shouldered the load on this.
Mm-hmm.
Warren's not as public about it, but I mean, I see Tyson was in Starkville. I don't know if he's going to be in Baton Rouge tonight.
Wonder how long a drive that was for him.
By the way, tickets are. You know how much tickets are to get in tonight?
$4. I heard you say earlier.
$4, like you said. $4 to get in.
Here you say I don't listen.
Well, you did. I'm happy you did.
$4.
$4 to get in the PMAC tonight. This LSU team's dreadful. Their best score's out. If this team loses on Cal's birthday, I mean, what are we doing? And I know LSU beat you or lost you by 4. Maybe it'll be a tighter game. It's on the road. You're supposed to again play not as good on the road, but I just can't.
Be a big 2-0 week. If you could win this one and then win Saturday, you'd be in a great spot. You may possibly have a piece of the conference lead. I mean, Florida doesn't have the easiest week, and then you got 6 games to go, and to me, you got breathing room. I don't count on. I'm just hoping you can go 4-2 down the stretch. If you can go 3-0 in this first 3 of the last half.
You mentioned Florida's week. No certainty or guarantee they win tomorrow night in Athens, and then they get Kentucky at home. That is a tough week. Arkansas, I mean, we saw firsthand what it's like to go to Athens. So
2-0 this week, you might have a piece of the conference lead.
Be nice.
And think about where you were last year at this time. You'd had a slow start in conference play. You ended up 8th in the league, right? Is that right?
That sounds. You're 8-10. That 8 sounds right.
I mean. So you can say what you want. I mean, it's a world better this year than it was a season ago. And ACUF's, the straw that's stirring the drink.
By the way, Vanderbilt travels to Auburn tonight. That's the game prior to you. So what I'm hoping for is an Auburn blowout. So 8 o'clock rolls around, Arkansas game's on my television in Baton Rouge.
All right, do it to it. SEC updates brought to you by APAC and Standard Materials Group. We were talking about roads. These are the people that build our roads in Northwest Arkansas and around the state is APAC and Standard Materials Group. Your number one top quality aggregates, number one source for top quality aggregates, asphalt, and ready-mix concrete. And whether it's a small residential project or big-time government jobs building miles of state roads and interstate, that's what APAC does. So they've got you covered no matter what the job is. 479-587-3300 is her number. 479-587-3300 for your rock, asphalt, and ready-mix needs. It's APAC and Standard Materials Group. Again, 479-587-3300.
Razorback Baseball put out this awesome build-up clip to this weekend with Phil in the background. If you haven't watched it, would encourage you to do so, but it does sound good from an audio standpoint.
Welcome inside the best ballpark in college baseball in America, Baum Walker Stadium. It might be 41 degrees and cloudy here at Baum Walker, but in the hearts of Razorback baseball fans, it might as well be the middle of the summertime. It is great to be with you today for Game 1, Arkansas Razorback baseball season.
This Friday, won't be in Baum Walker, be in Arlington, Globe Life next week. You'll have the series against Xavier, 18 games. I do like how, I know a lot of people would like the games to start in Bob Walker. I understand that. You pay a lot for season tickets and whatnot, but to have that long stretch of games at home, in even SEC stuff, I just think that setup is cool.
22 of your next 25 and 18 in a row after this opening weekend. So, you'll go from February the 20th till March 18th with all the games being at home. That's 18 in a row. Quick road trip to South Carolina and then back for Central Arkansas midweek in Florida. So but my point in all that is you got 25 games there. You play 22 of them at home. It's the bulk of your home games, but it's also about half of your schedule by then. So don't say, well, I'm going to wait for it to warm up, or I'm going to wait for this, or I'm going to wait for conference play, or if you wait around, much past, late March, you're going to miss half the schedule or more.
Listen to Dave a little bit this morning on Chuck and Bo. Clay had this to say. I think it was yesterday. Maybe it was last week. Their center fielder is like nearly a 50-inch vertical jump.
48
inches.
That'd be good going back to the wall.
Mike Anu from Marshall.
Yeah. Keep in mind, the greatest basketball player ever to grace this earth, Michael Jeffrey Jordan's, was, 44, 42? I mean, that, when I just, compartmentalize that, I just think to myself, that is insane. And he's got some statistics, speed-wise stuff that he's just off the wall and whatnot.
It's amazing, though, these guys, the technology, these guys wear it's like a sports bra type deal you wear underneath, and it measures your miles per hour. It measures your heartbeat. It measures all these metrics anymore. I see basketball players in warm-ups having them on a lot, and it's amazing the things we know about our skills and ability and kind of where we're at physically at any moment.
Yeah, you've got your...
Well, my iWatch just pales in comparison to the technology these guys have.
It's like sports science on steroids.
Yes, yes.
John Brinkus.
And Arkansas use it. I mean, their football players use it. I mean,
John Brinkus.
Do what?
Yeah, R.I.P.
John Brinkus.
Yeah, his segments were. I loved watching those little.
Has he gone on before us? I guess so.
Yeah, we did because we brought up the Ryan Mallett segment from years ago.
Yeah.
That he did. And obviously, Ryan's no longer with us as well. But that was one of my favorite. And from a nerdy standpoint, it was just fun to kind of see the back end analytics and different things that, as you alluded to, there's so many things that you don't
Math
think
and
about.
science can explain a lot of things.
Pretty wild.
Yeah. The Fence Man, 782-3936 is the number. If you call the Fence Man, they'll be out for a free, no obligations quote. Brandon said Friday they still have a few more days of the 10% off offer. I'm going to go ahead and say that's good today, so call them and tell Brandon, hey, Tommy was talking about this on the radio. I want my deal. 782-3936. That's what he said Friday, though. You can still get the 10% off. 782-3936 or thefencemanAR.com. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work.
Did you guys pick Arkansas to win?
Yes.
Yeah.
Did y'all
100%.
actually?
Yes.
Okay.
They're better than
I guess.
Mississippi
Yeah,
State.
that was an easy one.
Well, I guess you didn't know about DJ and Carter. Would you have picked him to win if you didn't know if DJ and Carter were playing or not?
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't have. I'll be honest, I wouldn't have.
Yeah, they hadn't won there since 2015. Cal's record, though, is 22-1.
Cal's never lost there, though.
But no one, I don't think anyone knew that until after the game. Then they said it on the broadcast. At least I didn't. But no, it was just a bad
that
game.
was like the first thing said on the broadcast.
Really?
John Calipari 9-0 in his career.
That's like the broadcaster jinx. Luckily, it didn't jinx the Hogs on Saturday. It is odd to see how much they've struggled. I know LSU's had some good teams with Dale Brown and some of the guys that have been a part of his squads back in the day. But I guess what's his face, John Brady had like Tyrus Thomas and that team that went to the Final Four in the early 2000s. But what did you say, 22-7 against LSU?
Mm-hmm. So, home teams have had the edge. Hopefully they don't tonight. Hey, quick word here for Gaston's White River Resort. Still a couple days here before Thanksgiving. You'll be giving thanks if you can get to Gaston's this weekend for Valentine's. Even if you don't stay at Gaston's, the restaurant's a perfect place to sit back, unwind. Great view of the White River. Very romantic. So call and get dinner reservations. Same number, 870-431-5202. I would go and stay at Gaston's. Be a great time. Private cabins and lodges, really, quaint, really quiet, and off the path. You're going to really enjoy the peace and serenity of a stay at Gaston's. 870-431-5202. Perfect for Valentine's weekend. 870-431-5202. Gaston's White River Resort. A first class time every time.
I've always found this program to be very enlightening.
You're listening to The Morning Rush with Ty Richardson and Tommy Kraft.
All guests join us on the Lewis Automotive Hotline. Call or text 877-377-6963. The celebration starts now.
Absolute stud of a person, stud of a teammate, all-time great teammate. Man.
This is The Morning Rush.
At Arkansas Oklahoma Gas, we understand that cold weather months are about staying warm, keeping life running smoothly, and focusing on what truly matters. We also know that higher heating bills during this season can create stress, and we're here to help ease that burden. From a variety of payment options designed to fit your needs to assistance programs that provide extra support, our team is dedicated to helping you stay comfortable and worry-free all season long. Our customer care team is just a call away, or you can explore helpful resources online at aogc.com/winter. We're here for you this winter.
Presented by Central Hydraulics. When your equipment slows down, every minute matters. At Central Hydraulics, they keep your machines operating with the power and precision they were built for. From custom hydraulic hoses made while you wait to cylinder rebuilds, pump repairs, and hard-to-find parts, their technicians get you solutions you need. Fast, accurate, and done right the first time. Stop by 6104 Highway 271 in Fort Smith or call 479-646-0471. Whether it's a simple hose replacement or a major hydraulic repair, they're here to keep your equipment performing. Central Hydraulics, helping you move the world.
Contractors, you know the right equipment makes all the difference. That's why you choose LG HVAC systems. Innovative, efficient, and built to perform. And at J&B Supply, we're more than just a supplier. Since 1968, our family-owned business has provided HVAC and plumbing pros with the products, expert service, and hands-on training to get the job done right. Check out the buzz around LG's new game-changing equipment today. For over 50 years, HVAC and plumbing pros have trusted J&B Supply in Fort Smith, Springdale, and Bentonville. J&B Supply, where the professionals go.
Hi, everybody. This is Chris George from Joshua's Fine Jewelry in beautiful downtown Russellville. You need a jeweler you can trust to do all the things that you need, like repairs or custom work or one-of-a-kind treasures, spring gift occasions. We have affordable gifts for every need. Quality natural diamonds, beautiful lab-grown diamonds, silver and natural stones, chains, necklaces, rings, whatever you need. Come see us at Joshua's Fine Jewelry in beautiful downtown Russellville.
Take your tax refund the extra mile with a road-ready certified pre-owned vehicle at Rath Auto Resources. We've been working around the clock to beef up our inventory, and we're proud to say this is our best, largest selection of road-ready certified pre-owned vehicles ever. With so many to choose from, price to sell, and backed by comprehensive warranty, there's no reason to settle for less. Come see why your friends and neighbors voted us the River Valley's #1 pre-owned car dealer, and see why all the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath. Rath Auto Resources, 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith.
Is it time for you to finally get the barn, hunting lodge, barn dominium, or garage you always wanted? Sutherland's is here to help. Hi, this is Jeremy, sales manager at Sutherland's. When you choose to work with us, you can expect top quality, expertise, and peace of mind, knowing that Sutherland's will do whatever it takes to get the building you've always wanted. For a free quote, call 1-800-66-BARNS. Free estimates at Sutherland's.com. For over 100 years, Sutherland's has been helping folks build it better. No matter the project, we're here to help. Because at Sutherland's, home starts here.
Olympic gold medalists, world record holders, NCAA champions, and more. Watch the greatest track and field athletes in the world compete in Fayetteville for the 2026 NCAA Indoor Track and Field Championships, March 13th and 14th. Witness greatness as world-class athletes compete for an NCAA title right here on the world's fastest track located inside the Randall Tyson Indoor Track Center. Secure your tickets today at ArkansasRazorbacks.com.
When a business has been around more than 65 years, you know they're doing something right. Hey, Ty Richardson for Johnny's Transmission. They've been trusted in Fort Smith and the River Valley since 1959. Located at 1212 Phoenix Avenue in Fort Smith, they strive to make every customer's experience outstanding and want your vehicle to be in the best condition for the road ahead. Check out their website, johnnystransmissionfs.com, and find them on Facebook. Johnny's Transmission, family owned and operated since 1959.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game.
ESPN 95.3.
Anybody interested in grabbing a couple of burgers?
Those are good burgers, Walter.
How's your burger? My God.
This is CJ's Trivia Tuesday, presented by CJ's Butcher Boy Burgers in Fayetteville and Russellville.
I got the shakes that'll make you quit. I got the fries that'll cross your eyes. I got the burgers that'll...
When all you do are burgers, they have to be the best.
There it is. Look on overtime. Excellent defensive play by Arkansas.
We all lost Oliver Miller nearly a year ago last year. And when I think about Arkansas LSU, that's the most iconic play, I think, in the rivalry between the Razorbacks and the Tigers. And what a play it was by the Big O that helped Arkansas defeat the LSU Tigers in overtime. All right, so we're going to stick to the LSU side of things. Back on this day in 1969, Pistol Pete had 66. They lost to Tulane, though, 101-94. For our CJ's Trivia Tuesday question, you just got to text us in. Who was the coach of Pistol Pete Maravich in 1969?
At LSU.
At LSU. Who was his coach? Got to text this in. Lewis Automotive Group Hotline 877-377-6. Do you know this?
I think I do.
It's kind of unique.
Yeah.
I don't know how many times this has happened during the course of college basketball. That might help you a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But who was Pistol Pete Maravich's coach for a $25 CJ's Butcher Boy Burgers gift card to use both in or either Russellville, original location, or Fayetteville, the Weddington location, for Keith and his team at CJ's? Colton, did you know it before looking at the rundown?
I did not. Very interesting. I didn't know that before.
I didn't know. Again, 877. Spencer's right.
Mm-hmm.
It's his father, Press. How many times has that happened?
Press Maravich.
Yeah,
Yep.
I think about
What a great
recently. Doug and is it, what's McDermott's the one at Creighton? Why am I blanking on that? Doug and Bill. I can't think of his name. That's the most recent one I can think of. But Spencer, you're right. Press's
Greg.
father, Greg
McDermott.
Thank
yeah.
you. That's the connection. All right, halftime. Phil Elson, Matt Jones, Big C on the way. Another edition of CJ's Trivia Tuesday.
Anglers, when it comes to crappie fishing, there's only one baby shad. The original baby shad, crappie fishing's #1 selling bait, featuring a sleek back,